A few months after delivering a divisive and discredited election, the top leadership of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission are involved in questionable and even criminal activities that are further undermining the already thin capacity of the organization to ever reform and deliver credible polls in the years ahead. Even more importantly, the country appears to be losing money. At a time everyone else is being told to cut costs, IEBC top management appears to be on a spending spree. Tens of millions of taxpayers' money is being spent by Wafula Chebukati, Hussein Majan, Abdi Gulie and Mboya Molu in a scheme that looks like a reward to those who ensured elections went in a particular predetermined way. IEBC staff, from the chairman to CEO, and directors are globetrotting on trips whose value to taxpayers remains unknown. Between the months of September and November alone, millions of shillings have been gobbled up by a select group within the IEBC. In October, Moses Sunguli, Director Voter Registration and Electoral Operations, Gideon Balang, Abdi Dahir, and Saila Jilo were in the UK on an unspecified mission. Jilo was reportedly instrumental in organizing the booing of the 4 IEBC commissioners during the commission's retreat in Mombasa a few weeks ago. She's apparently being rewarded with trips abroad. For over 3 weeks, CEO Majan and Chebukati have been away, traveling to South Africa, Malaysia, Dubai, USA, and Angola. The value of their trips in the dying days of their tenure remains unknown. Several directors, including those for finance, legal affairs, ICT, deputy CEO, support services, have had long stays in Dubai, supposedly for training for God knows for what. The foreign trips that are awarded selectively are running alongside selective and illegal promotions, again favoring those who ensured the election went in a particular direction. A week ago, 8 members of staff went to a summit to Dubai for a week-long course in public policy. Yet there is an summit in Arusha. The trip to the US, supposedly to observe elections, had even Director of Human Resources, Majan's personal assistant, the CEO himself, and a kitchen attendant. Several members of staff have been roaming regional capitals like Kampala and Arusha, supposedly to take training in IT and procurement. From Tanzania and Uganda, they proceed to buy for more than a week. The international trips are being used for per diem earnings to a selected set of staff by the chairman and the CEO. Unilaterally, without convening a plenary, Mr. Majan, Mr. Chebukati and Sunguli are currently making arrangements for ballot papers for the by-election scheduled for December 8th and January 5th. The same company in Greece that printed papers for the general election once again has been given the tender unilaterally. In moving to print papers abroad, IEBC is defying its own policy that ballots for by-election shall be printed locally to create jobs for Kenyan youth. The matter has not been discussed at the plenary by the commissioners. More rewards have come by way of promotions that have been seen people shooting from very junior position to top management roles, many times without any interviews or plenary sittings. Given the sad happenings at the IEBC, we make the following demands. 1. Mr. Wafula Chebukati, Commissioner Abdi Gulie, and Commissioner Mboya Molu should immediately stop conducting the business of IEBC and proceed on terminal leave ahead of their retirement, as the practice is internationally. Mr. Chebukati and the outgoing commissioners begin a process of handing over their offices in line with the IEBC Act in order to preserve what little integrity remains of the commission. 3, all decisions have been made without the participation of the plenary be rescinded, including the printing of ballot papers for by-election and the illegal promotions. 4, an independent audit be undertaken to establish expenditures incurred, particularly after the conclusion of the 2022 general election, and action taken where crime has been committed. 5, IEBC CEO Majan produced a framework contract between the IEBC and the Greek printing firm in form legals, including duration of the contract, the individual, corporate and country contractual obligations, the liability costs in case the contract is breached by either of the parties involved. 6, a special committee of parliament be formed to inquire into the conduct of IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati, CEO Majani Hussein, Commissioner Mboya Molu, and Commissioner Abdi Kulie to determine the full extent of the misuse of public resources and abuse of office. Thank you. Members of the press, there's something very critical here that the 3 commissioners and the CEO must know. A criminal act never elapses in law. It doesn't matter how long it will be, but the long hand of justice will soon catch up with these people. Corruption, given another name called foreign trips, will not be accepted. And we also ask the Kenya Kwanza government, where these people are finding their head hiding under their bed, to come out and call this for what it is, that's corruption. Thank you.